When it was released in 2016, Street Fighter V was a little divisive because it didn't have the amount of characters and the amount of stages, and there was some balance issues. Well, fast forward to 2021, there's been balance updates, there's been new characters added in season passes. The roster is up to 45 characters now. And with this last character, Luke, pretty much what remains is 2022 balance update and Capcom Pro Tour additional costumes. So they've added, throughout the course of this game, they've added new costumes, new fighters, rebalanced fighters, added new stages. They've had Capcom Pro tournaments around the country. You have fighting game communities that play this game. This is a really fun game if you are into esports, one-on-one fighters, competitive fighters, tournaments. It really has shaped up to be quite a phenomenal game for the PlayStation 4 and PC. Now, as this game kind of is starting to be completed, if you want to call it, now we're on to the next Street Fighter. Who knows what we'll bring for that? But this episode, I thought we'd just play a little Street Fighter V, what my thoughts are on the game, on the series. We play with the new character Luke, as they say he's going to be a pivotal part of the next Street Fighter project.
Sucks to be you. I'm always ready for a fight.
In the world of pop culture, there's a lot of esports, there's a lot of tournaments out there that you can play various games in. My question for you to think about in this episode is, have you ever participated in a fighting game tournament, and if so, was it in person or online? You could even go a little bit further. Have you ever participated in a pop culture tournament with maybe card-playing games? You've done one-on-one back in the day, maybe at the arcade, got together with a friend's house, maybe played online, whether it be Mario Kart, Street Fighter, or something like that. Have you ever played an official tournament, a makeshift tournament? And if so, how'd you do? Let me know in the comments. I really want to, in 2022, if we're able to, I really want to go to a Capcom Pro Tour. They're doing them virtually. They're doing them some in person, so let's see what this character is like. Like I said, when this game came out, it didn't have the deep selection of fighters that it has to now, but they've updated, they've done a lot of changes to the game, a lot of modifications, made it very competitive, and there's just so much to this game. I went and bought a arcade stick for this game, and I really have a lot of fun with it. I've went online a few times. I've gotten involved with the fighting game community here in our local area. It's a fun game to play. It's very easy to pick up. And you hear it all the time. Easy to pick up, hard to master. It really is true. We've come a long way since the original Street Fighter II. And when I say the original Street Fighter II, that was the game that really, to me, I've said it before, revitalized the arcades and brought in a whole generation of fighting games from Capcom, SNK, Midway with the Mortal Kombat series.
You win!
Round one. Fight!
Then you finally, it's been these fighting games just taking a lot of different turns. I kind of wish we had a snow stage. Okay, got a 2-hit. I think one thing that I'm going to want to do is eventually go into... oh, you spent years waiting for Nash to come back. You got to play it, see him as much as I can. Okay. You let me know, like do a request, some of the fighters' backstories. But I think I'll do a little feature episode. I think December I'm just going to start, I'm going to do video games, my history, my thoughts with them, some of the classics, and really play Street Fighter 2. Because that was a time back then. It was just, you know, in our teen years, the arcade, the Super Nintendo, really...
It can't be over!
You win.
Got a KO super finish there, or KO finish.
I'll fight this battle. Why? Because it is my duty.
Round 1. Fight.
He likes to call himself the challenger of the world, or the president of the world, I think is in his description.
Not done yet.
And this is my first time playing this character. I'm very rusty with this game. Just going out muscle memory on some of the stuff that I've done before. Oh. KO.
Of all the people of Earth, I have felt your power.
Round 2. Fight.
Eat this.
If you're able to kind of look at the details in the background, we even have the birds over the moon, the stars. You can do a lot with this game too. Training modes, story modes. It really has, you can do a lot of practicing.
Fight.
Oh no. I think I jumped right into this. Nope, good. You can get very meta with this game. I think I've talked about that in the past, but like any fighting game, you can really train just to learn the openings. If I was playing online, I'd be getting destroyed because I'm jumping in, and that's something that you don't do. You start learning just a little, these little bits of doing a dragon punch motion there. Kind of cheesed it, as my daughter would say, doing some cheese. You can go to these web pages that they're showing here, CapcomFighters.com, seeing the they have their tournaments online. Just really cool how this competitive fighting game community, esports, has really taken off.
Pretty good.
My character even has a taunt, which I probably shouldn't do while I'm getting hit, but hey, what the heck.
I'll never lose to anyone!
Round 2. Fight!
I just noticed earlier, if you watch the background when we both slammed into the ground. Let me see if I can...
Hey! Hey! Hey!
You see the table with the champagne bottles kind of bounce up, but just these little things that sometimes you don't get to see while you're playing. Let's see if I can do that again. There you go. Speaking of future Street Fighter, it's nice to see new locales added in for stages, like a UAA in New Zealand. Makes me wonder where future Street Fighter games will have stages set. Yeah, they've really put all around the world